Welcome to This Explainer. Look, in commercial DTF production, protecting your margins is literally your top priority, right? So today, we're diving straight into the non-negotiable quality assurance metrics you need to fully validate your substrate bonding. Let's get to it.
Because here's the harsh reality of our industry. A flawless print on the production floor, it means absolutely nothing if it fails in the customer's washing machine. Quality assurance just cannot be an afterthought. It can't be a guessing game. It has to be a rigid, locked-in protocol to protect your margins and, honestly, your reputation.
To lock in that workflow, we're covering 4 core areas today: the mechanics of adhesion, the standardized wash testing protocol, diagnosing bonding failures, and standardizing for improved consistency.
Part 1. The mechanics of adhesion. Before we can thoroughly test a bond, we've got to understand the physical science of what actually creates it in the first place.
Wash survival, it isn't just about surface stickiness. It relies entirely on true substrate bonding. What that means is the physical integration of polyurethane adhesive deep into the garment's weave. When a printed shirt goes through a commercial wash cycle, it's enduring extreme conditions. We're talking total water saturation, harsh chemical detergents, high heat, and severe mechanical agitation. To survive all that, the polyurethane actually has to achieve true mechanical cross-linking with the fibers themselves. So the difference between success and failure here is totally binary. If your adhesive is just sitting right on the surface of the fabric, that transfer is inevitably going to crack or peel under wash stress. True durability absolutely requires that deep, mechanical fiber penetration.
Moving on to Part 2, the standardized wash testing protocol. Let's take this science and build it into a standardized workflow for your floor.
To ensure accurate QA, your testing must reflect severe real-world abuse. If you're validating a new DTF workflow, a new film, or even just a material change like a new adhesive powder, you have to subject that printed garment to serious environmental stress. You've got to run it through a rigorous gauntlet to prove that the adhesive has fully integrated.
And the absolute baseline standard for that gauntlet is this. Your printed garment must survive a minimum of 5 consecutive wash and dry cycles. Not 1, not 2, but 5. That is the non-negotiable floor for validating true commercial durability.
The exact protocol is strict, as it should be. First, wash the garment inside out. Second, set your temperatures between 40 and 60 degrees Celsius, so that's about 104 to 140 degrees Fahrenheit. Third, use standard commercial detergents. And finally, follow that up immediately with a medium heat tumble dry. This specific combination of chemical saturation, high heat, and then the thermal expansion that happens during the drying phase, that's what truly tests the bond's limits.
Which brings us to Part 3. Diagnosing bonding failures. Once those 5 grueling cycles are finally complete, your operators have to be highly trained to actually read the failure patterns. By categorizing these failures into a simple binary diagnostic model, basically microscopic cracking versus clean edge peeling, you effectively turn your floor operators into analytical troubleshooters. They can look at an issue and immediately trace a failure back to its specific root cause on the production line. For example, if a transfer shows microscopic cracking post-wash, well, that points directly to a mechanical integration failure. It means either there was inadequate pressure applied at the heat press, so the adhesive just wasn't physically forced into the weave, or the polyurethane powder was undercured in the shaker oven. On the flip side, clean edge peeling indicates a thermal or an operational failure. The press temperature was probably just too low to properly remelt the adhesive, or an incorrect peeling dynamic, like doing a hot peel when it should be cold, compromised that edge bond before it could even cure.
All right, Part 4, standardizing for improved consistency. Let's look at the operational impact of standardizing this exact QA process across your business.
Ultimately, standardized wash testing replaces assumptions with hard data. By strictly implementing those 5 consecutive cycles at 40 to 60 degrees Celsius, you remove all the guesswork from your operations. You protect your margins by catching and diagnosing bonding failures internally, long before a compromised product ever reaches your client.
The operational impact of this is huge. Documenting these specific failure indicators replaces guesswork, which, as a massive bonus, makes training your floor staff drastically easier. It empowers them to solve problems right there on the spot, it reduces variability in your production, and it ensures vastly improved consistency across all of your commercial output. So I'll leave you with this critical question to evaluate your own floor operations. Is your shop diagnosing failures before your customers do?
Implementing this strict 5-cycle wash protocol guarantees that you're relying on data, not luck. Thanks for joining this explainer. We'll see you next time as we continue breaking down the essential protocols for commercial print professionals.